Let's run it back.
Hello there! Welcome to Adventure Gaming HQ, and welcome back to another Minecraft Pocket Edition and Windows 10 video. So as most of you may know, I just came back from Minecon a couple of days ago, and while I was there, I was recording a whole bunch of awesome stuff, including panels, gameplay, stuff like that. I was actually able to record a good amount of the Minecraft Pocket Edition and Windows 10 add-ons panel. The add-ons panel was actually really interesting. There's an ant on my iPad. Get off, ant. Be gone. The developers of Minecraft were actually able to walk us through step by step on how to create your own add-ons, gave us some examples of add-ons that were completed, even though I had no idea what the heck was going on half the time. It was still really awesome to watch. You may also notice that this panel was not cut too much because I wanted you guys to see what he was doing. Maybe some of you tech wizards, you can understand what he's doing, and maybe you can learn from it. I don't want to cut it in any way, so I'm gonna leave it the full length, but even the full length, it's really interesting and really fun to watch. Also, if you're interested, you can check out a video of me playing some add-ons, just like shown in this video. I got some exclusive gameplay, so if you want to go see that, there will be a link down below to that. Lego!
So I'm Jason Major, as Owen said, one of the devs on Pocket. I've done a lot of the porting features and stuff like that, but for the last 6 months or so, our focus has been on resource packs and add-ons.
My name's Adrian Oshulak. I've been working on add-ons for the last 6 months.
And I'm Michael, also known as Sarge, and I created the tools for the Java version in 2010 that I used for modding, and now I'm leading the efforts to bring modding to our C++ versions, including the Pocket version and the Win 10 version.
So we have some demos, some live demos here that we can show off, which should help explain how these things work.
What we have with the add-ons right now, so we have these JSON data files, they're text files, and we have a library of over 70 different pre-built behaviors, and these are all the things that we actually use for the current game. So when you get the 16 release downloaded, and then we have the beta out there already, and it's already using this, is all of the mobs that are in the game, they're already using these. So they're actually built on top of the exact same system and framework. So when you see a spider jockey spawn, it's because it has an add rider component on it that adds in there that says, I want to add a skeleton. And it actually has some rules on it about what conditions will restrict when that add rider component can get added and stuff like that. So we're going to show some sort of just the tip of the iceberg of some of the things you can do with what we've got there. We're pretty excited about what we can do. Obviously, there's way more we're going to get to eventually.
It's fun that even with that limited set of features, you can already do some kind of crazy stuff, which we can show off now.
Yep. So we got demo. So we got the base game there. We've got a level that's kind of pre-set up. Don't jump in yet. And so one of the first things, I'm always partial to all the baby mobs in the game. And so I worked on baby zombies and got some of those things into the Pocket version. And so what I wanted to do was just kind of give people, so we're going to take one of the existing creatures in the game and make them be a baby. So you guys want to do spiders, skeletons, or endermen?
Enderman.
I think it's pretty Enderman focused. I think.
I think it's enderman. Okay, let's do enderman. So here's, can you guys see that okay? Or do we need to zoom in some more? No, okay, let's zoom in a little more.
It's like what you saw this morning. Yeah.
Getting better? So here's the enderman. So what I usually do when I'm building an add-on is I'll kind of have an idea of what I want to do. So I'll be like, oh, I want to make a baby version. So let's open up something that already has a baby. So in this case, Adrian's opened up the pig, and he's going to basically grab a component group that's called pig baby. You're going to want to grab pig component group. And a component group is a collection of components, and it's a way that you can add and remove collections of behavior at a time. And generally the way we use them is for people who are more tech inclined, we use them in kind of like what we call a state machine in game development. And for the state machine is kind of like, it's the, am I an adult or am I a baby, and what's different between those things? So for something like a baby zombie, a baby zombie doesn't burn up in the sun, but an adult zombie does. So you want to be able to control which behaviors are on in which version of the guy. So Adrian went now, what he grabbed is he grabbed the component group from the pig, he's bringing it over to the Enderman right now, and he put a is baby, which for the Enderman should scale his head relative to the guy. And he scaled his size to 0.5. But we need something that actually selects when is he going to be a baby, because we could make him just always be a baby, but let's make him actually only sometimes do it. So we have what we call in there is an event system. So there's a bunch of built-in events, and then there's also ways with these components that you can trigger your own events. But for now, we're going to use the built-in event called entity spawned, and he's copying that across. So it has, inside of the entity spawned, it has a randomized group inside of there, and that's because you don't want it to always be a baby or always be an adult. So the default one for pigs is it's 95% of the time is a adult and 5% of the time it's a baby. So what we can do in there is we add and remove component groups. So copied. Yeah. Let's see what he's doing. Okay, so he's updated the randomized. So let's make it be, say, 50% of the time be a baby.
So the cool thing here is, I mean, this is affecting the behaviors for the whole of this kind of game world. It's not just a one-off thing. It's going to be permanently, there'll be Enderman babies spawning all over the place.
Yeah.
Which is quite terrifying in its own way, but, you know.
Okay, so we've got there, so the Enderman already had some component groups in there for when he's calm and when he's angry at you. So the trigger that'll make him do his creepy face and his head expands and stuff like that. So we're trying to preserve some of that. Hopefully we didn't miss any commas in here. So the JSON format that we use definitely likes its commas. I highly recommend, if you start messing around with add-ons, there's a few tools out there that are called linters that you can put the JSON files into, and they'll help you spot any syntax errors that you make in it. They're invaluable. We use them every day as we're working on this stuff. But once you get used to some of the rules around JSON, it actually becomes pretty easy to edit these files. Is it good to go? Okay, so one of the things we kind of preset this up. We built a world that on our worlds now is you can actually set resource packs and add-ons to be associated with your world. So even if they're not in your global list of things, that world will always load with that specific resource pack or that specific add-on. So we've built this world up that already has this add-on that we've created associated with it. So let's jump in and see our Enderman. There he is.
Oh, what the?
So now we got baby Enderman. And he looks like an angry baby Enderman.
He's so much less menacing than
most babies, he's not real happy most of the time. So, but that's our baby Enderman. So in the opening ceremonies, one of the things that was shown that it definitely got a pretty good reaction from the crowd was the rideable chickens. So we're going to do a quick demo, kind of show how rideable chickens are made. So yet again, we're going to grab some stuff from Pig, because Pig is one of the mobs that exists in the game that has some rideable behaviors on it. So this time we don't need to mess with any events or anything. So we've got there's 3 components that kind of work together, and we generally try to take these components and have them be a very specific set of functionality, because if you're trying to make them do too many things, then it's hard to mix and match and get that kind of remix behavior that we're really going for. So what we end up needing here is we have a rideable component, and what that does is it really gives you the interaction you can walk up to the thing, the little button will pop up that says ride automatically for you, tells you how many seats it has. Like a boat has 2 seats, most things that you can ride have 1 seat. And then it also has some, does ride have a filter? No, something else. And then there is controllable, and that was something that we added for Pig. We didn't want to build that into rideable because controllable could be interesting for some other context. And that's the thing for the pigs, where you have the carrot on a stick that you can steer it around and control where it goes. and then there's a control by player, which specifically allows players to ride these things around. Because we also have things that are rideable, like the cows and sheep that baby zombies will jump onto and ride them around. So we want to keep these kind of intermingled. So we copied all of those into chicken now? Okay, so let's jump in. I think we should go up on that house, that super tall house there. There's our little chicken, so we're now riding it. And we could do things like, we could try to do some like chocobo racing, make that chicken twice the size or something like that. We've been doing a lot of races there. This is one of the kind of the not predicted side effects of riding chickens, was that you can actually jump off ledges and cliffs and stuff, and they'll do their normal behavior of just kind of flutter to the ground. So you don't have to worry about fall damage and stuff like that. And we've actually had a lot of fun in the office with this particular one.
It's really impressive how quickly you can tweak these things and experiment with them. I mean, you guys obviously have experience with this, but that took like a couple of minutes. And you've already got something kind of fun and unique out of it.
I think you guys also started making a nice document where we have a list of all the components that are in the game. So that
yeah, so there's
and then you get the Enderman to teleport, and you'll start teleporting on top
Emily,
of the
please tell me if I get this wrong. We have Minecraft.net/addons, which is that up now?
It does.
Okay, so that site is up now. So we're going to keep adding information up there. There will be definitely, once 16 comes out, we're going to have a Alien Invasion add-on is going to be up there, along with the level that we've had down on the show floor to show that. And we built that as a starting point for people to look at and see how we built our own add-ons. And in addition to that, our plan is to take all of the vanilla mobs in the game and put all that stuff up there as well. So you can see exactly how the pig got put together. You can see exactly how the creeper got built. And that is going to be a great starting point for you guys. And we want to put that document that Sarge was talking about with all these components and the documentation on there. And that's going to be kind of a living thing that we're going to be updating regularly. So each release, there's going to be new things in there. There may be some things we have to tweak, because this is our first time really doing this. So there's definitely a chance that we're going to have to kind of go, okay, we thought that was the way this component should work, but we need to tweak it a little bit, and stuff like that. So we got one other one. It was actually, Adrian and I were kind of rehearsing this earlier today, and my 6-year-old was like, Dad, you have to make this thing. And we weren't planning to do it. We actually had planned for a completely different thing, and we both laughed so hard, we had to change it.
Cool.
So, let's see. So, this is, we're going to start with a sheep. And in this case, similar to what we did with the rideable stuff earlier, is sheep were already rideable because baby zombies can ride on them. So we're just going to remove the filter that was only letting zombies ride it. And we're going to go into Spider, and he has an add rider where he adds skeletons. But I don't want to add skeletons. Let's add creepers.
I don't think this will end well.
Oh, it's awesome. Hey Adrian, so since this Minecon 2016 seems to be kind of all about purple creepers, can we make them be purple every once in a while? Can we make the sheep purple? That's what I mean. Purple sheep. You can make purple creepers, but you need an art package for that one.
So just a condition. Right. Should be good to go.
This is one of the scariest things I've seen in a while. No, he's not too scary yet, but we have some, this is a developer build, so we have a way to quickly toggle between creative and survival. So let's see them now.
Oh my gosh. What?
So that's kind of, that's basically where we're at with add-ons today. So we've got this huge list. We're going to get that list up there. That definitely we're interested in hearing all feedback that anyone has about add-ons and stuff like that. We're very excited about where we are, but this is going to be a long process to get fully towards that grand vision I talked about at the beginning. And this is our first step, and I hope everyone has a lot of fun with it.
Very cool. Great. Well, great. Thanks, Jason.